Well, hello YouTube video people of the world. I am today. Thought I'd do a quick video. I've done a lot of other repairs on vehicles I've had, and got a lot of saved videos. But I thought I'd do this today. This is a 2002 Ford Explorer I've had for about a year. I picked it up, got a real good deal on it. Paid like $800 for it, 146,000 miles, and it's been running really great. But the first day I had it, I noticed I kept smelling antifreeze and realized that it has a intake gasket problem right down there, number 8 cylinder, far back on the, looks like the driver's side. I've done everything. I've tightened it up without, possibly stripping the bolts, and it still leaks. I even put a little bit of stop leak in the radiator. Thought maybe that would help, but nope, it doesn't like that either. So I've decided to go ahead and tackle the job. I've pretty much ordered the gaskets, and they're actually sitting right there. Nice gasket for $46. Got just about everything I need in the set. Actually, it was only let's see, it was $39. Good deal. Alright, so we got that. I want to go ahead and show you some things here that you might want to do before you get into this job. I took a cell phone, my little cell phone, took lots of pictures at the top of the engine where all the hoses and the tubes and stuff go. And so far, I haven't really seen anything major, but one thing you might want to think about, there's an EGR tube right here. You can see that. I actually unhooked it here. I took the two bolts out, and there's a wire back here in the back and a couple vacuums. You might want to disconnect that. I just basically disconnected the two wires there, and over here, good idea, I took the tire off, took the plastic cowling clear out, and right here is the bottom of the EGR tube. I don't know if you can see this or not. Right there. I unscrewed that, pulled it out, so give me a little more room here to actually move that pipe around, because I think it's a little tough to get that intake up out of there if that's still connected. So I just went an extra step here so I wouldn't be sweating and cursing and so forth. Actually, it's been raining a little bit today. Kind of a cloudy day here in West Virginia. So hopefully I'll get this done. So far I've spent about an hour on it. The only thing I've got left to do right now is take the intake bolts off. And I did have to take this fuel line off here, and I did do something here that you might want to do. I didn't have the right tool for this. And what it is, there's a little spring right here, and I actually had to take a piece of metal, bend it, let's see if I can find it here, and you stick it around the top of this right here, and you push back on this spring that's inside of here, and this will pull right off. Don't beat on it and don't pry on it. You'll feel it clip. You'll feel it kind of click, and when it does that clicking, you'll know this is loose and you can pull it right off. Trust me, it'll save you some money and a lot of time, because this is a very high pressure fuel line that you'll have to keep on the truck. So what you got to do, because I didn't have a way to the parts store today, and everybody's somewhere else when you need them, so that worked out pretty good along with my other tools. So basically all I got to do is, like I said, is take these bolts out here. Everything's straightforward. You got wires, just unhook these wires, injector wires and so forth. And this engine, I believe, only has about 40,000 miles on it. This is a brand new engine that was stuck in it before I bought it. Something about a warranty or something, I don't know, she was saying. But it does run really great. But I just want to go ahead and fix this intake leak, and like I said, it's right down there. I don't know if you can see it or not. That's where it was leaking. So I don't think I even have to take the alternator out, which is great. This should lift right up out of here. And make sure you disconnect your battery. I unhooked the ground, but I probably should have just disconnected both cables. So check things out here for a few seconds and make sure everything. The only other thing I don't understand is someone's disconnected this hose, an air conditioning hose, and it goes down behind the engine somewhere, but the air conditioning still works. So I don't know if they disconnected this maybe for a back cooling unit for the back seat. The air does blow out the back seats back there where the air conditioning bin is. So I don't know if anybody knows, maybe comment and let me know where that goes. But other than that, pretty happy with it. I'm actually going to fix it up and sell it, and I want to get probably an 05. The 05s have the factory fog lights and stuff in the front. They look really cool. So I just go ahead and I guess fix this up and get rid of it and do this. But I guess this is a 4.6 or 4.7 V8s, and a lot of Fords have that problem with that intake gasket there. So I'll go ahead and check my battery here. I guess I'm okay. Go ahead and close this session up and start taking these bolts out of the intake, and when I come back I'll have the camera on. You can watch me pull this out of here and see how it goes. Okay, see you shortly. Okay, YouTubers, I am back. I did get a lot of the bolts and stuff out of the intake. One thing I forgot to tell you, I had to go ahead and take off your intake. I mean, not your intake, your throttle body. It's Sunday, I'm a little slow. There's 4 bolts here. There's 2 kind of hidden here, so get those out. And also, make sure you go ahead and take out your coils for all your plugs. They only took me about 10-15 minutes to do all that. These bolts are pretty small. They're actually metric. They're like an 8 or a 10. I believe they're 8. Other than that, this thing is ready to come out now. And I'll put the camera down here, and hopefully you can kind of watch this as it happens. And I've actually got the updated intake, the updated version with the metal or the aluminum water jacket here. And I guess a lot of the older ones have the plastic. So I'm lucky here that they updated that, and everything else seems to be okay here. So I'm going to go ahead and set the camera down here, and you can kind of watch me take this out. I guess I'm recording. I'm recording. All right. Just make sure, don't pry on anything very hard. Make sure all your bolts out. Take your time. Maybe walk away, get a drink, come back, take a deep breath, and just kind of take your time, and your reward will be yours. All right, she's out. How about that shit? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Alright, look at that crap, see? Reward. And there is the bad gasket right there. It's all torn. You can see that right there. It's torn, all torn to pieces there. From a leak was. So, sweet. And there, by the way, this engine is completely aluminum, even the block. So if you have a temperature gauge like I do, if this thing even starts to get a little above normal, shut it off and check everything in this coolant. It has to be up there at a certain level because your engine sits down kind of low here, and they got the water tank up pretty high, and I guess there's a reason for that. They want to keep the engine primed, antifreeze all the time. And other than that, I'm pretty happy. I didn't get too much crud down in the intake valves. Just make sure you don't. I probably should have went to the car wash and cleaned this out real good, but I'll probably do that later. And other than that, I'm ready to put this thing back here. You can see the antifreeze right there from this cylinder where it's been running down right there along the end, and that's where the problem is with a lot of these Ford V8s. Wish I knew what it was. It is looks like it's a 4. It's actually a 4.6. Yeah. 4.6. Alright, enough rambling here. Trying to think of all the points here. I think that's about it. Just make sure you take a lot of pictures and take your time. This is so far what I've done here. About a 2-hour job. I'm taking my time. I'm walking away, getting a drink, coming back, checking something on the internet. Actually, my one thing I did check on the internet, like I said, was how to get this clip off, this fuel line off, because that really saves a lot of time. You don't want to cut that, but that's how I made that piece, by watching somebody else on YouTube doing the same thing with the Ford. Alright, so until a little bit, I will go ahead and put this intake on. I actually take the gaskets off, put the new gasket in, and I'll set this intake down in here, and I'll put some things back together, and I'll give you an update here in a little bit. Later, YouTubers. Let me give you a good look at this thing here real quick. It's a good looking Explorer. Like my cheap little door handle covers, they're chrome. Really good body on it for West Virginia. Got a little rust behind the rear back doors. Back here in the back, they all do this. I don't know why. Every one I've had, got a little rust back here. I guess the seal holds water or something. Other than that, it's clean. Actually, my dog tore the seat. Other than that, that's the only place in the whole car. I'll get back around here and show you the inside. It's got a full tow package on it, by the way. Not one of those little tiny tow hitches where you, I guess, tow a lawnmower with. You can see it's in really good shape. Right now, I've got 160,000 miles on it. I got the sunroof too. And like I said, the seats are in really good shape. I just got to figure out what to do to that back seat and everything. Got the full package, AC, power windows, and all that good stuff. Actually, that's my radio for storm chasing. I did a lot of storm chasing. Been to Oklahoma 2 times and Missouri 3 times. Put about 10,000 miles on it in 3 weeks summer. But there's the intake, by the way. It's all out. Double checked everything down there, and it's amazing how everything's plastic now. And I'll clean everything up here and double check everything and put it back together. Hopefully this plastic insulating thing here is not the world's best, but I'll try not to bust that anymore and put it back in there and clean things up. Alright, YouTube, that'll be it for now. I'll check back in a few minutes. I think it's going to rain anymore. I hope not. I should have put this in the garage a little farther. The only reason I did it out here is because I like my light. Should put a piece of plastic up there. That would be a great idea to cover that up. Clear piece of plastic and I can work on it. But I just kind of propped my hood up there. I hooked the hydraulics and propped them up there a little bit there. So hopefully we'll be okay. Alright, sorry about the rambling. I'll be back here shortly, give you an update later. Alright, quick update. I'm putting the gaskets on. I got my new gaskets here, and it's pretty cool. They got the little nipples on them, so I got that one on there on that side. I cleaned everything pretty good here. This one here, I believe, goes like this. And like I said, little nipples right there. You can kind of see that right there. Look, you can stick that in there like this. Let's see. Kind of gives you a feel for where the gasket's got to go, and you don't have to screw it up. Trust me, I've screwed up things before, but let's see. Get this back one in here. Get that in there. And the gasket's on. Nice and clean. Look how nice it looks. Hopefully with no more leaks. But I did want to show you that just so you didn't think I was letting somebody else do my work. Trust me, I'm not dissing mechanics, but you can't find a mechanic anymore. They seem to be disappearing. The age of craftsmanship and good mechanics are disappearing. Everybody wants to be a millionaire, taking office jobs, I guess. But the nice thing is you can save a lot of money this way too, and time. You get your car back in 3 or 4 hours if it's something you can do yourself. But there she is. I'm getting ready to put her back together here, and I'll give you an update here shortly. It'll probably take me 5 days to upload this video anyway. 3 megs. Check the weather. Weather looks... It's a kind of crappy day, even though the weather's been really good. It's just kind of sprinkly. So hopefully this will get me through here. So I'll go ahead and drop the intake in, and I'll give you an update here when I get some more of this put back together. Most of the bolts are either 10, 13, or 15 millimeter, except that EGR tube I was telling you I had to use a big thumb wrench on it on the bottom, and I'll probably have to, let's see. Yeah, the threads look okay. They're not the best threads in the world. Actually, that nipple twisted off with a big bolt, but that's what I wanted to do, just to get that off. And Got my new brake pads, got a new bearing in it. Ford's ride pretty good. I had a Jeep. I missed my Jeep, but this Ford ride is so much better than my Jeep Grand Cherokee did. Alright, update here shortly, YouTubers. Alright, YouTubers, give you an update. It's all back together. It took me about a good hour to get everything back together. You can see it double checked everything, and it's like I don't see anything I've missed. I even went ahead and put the air cleaner and stuff on, because nothing runs right if something's unhooked on these things, especially the air cleaner. But like everything's good to go, so I'm gonna go ahead and start it up. See how it goes here. Hopefully it'll start up. Let's see what we got here. Alright, everything's checking out. Good oil pressure. Engine's nice and cold, and looks like we're okay. Sweet. Sounds good. Except for my exhaust leak, I gotta get that taken care of. But sounds pretty good. Everything's hooked up. Sounds just like it did before I took it apart. And of course, it's now starting to rain. Lucky me. Looks like I just got it done just in time. But all I gotta do now is put the props down and put antifreeze in it and take it for a spin. Sounds pretty good. If anybody knows why that air conditioning hose is unhooked or where it goes, maybe you can leave me a comment or something. But, it goes down behind the firewall, behind the engine there somewhere. But I'll have to crawl under there someday and look. But hopefully this information will help you out if you're going to put your intake gasket in there on this Explorer. This is a 2002, so I think they're all like this up to 2005. I know the body styles like this, they change after that, but sounds pretty good. So I'll do it for now. Later, YouTubers. One more thing, just thought you'd like to know about here is these gaskets. This is my old gasket. The new gasket is a lot thicker, so they have updated this gasket. It looks like to me it's probably 3/1000ths or more thicker, but hopefully it'll take care of the leak and all that good stuff on there. So we'll see how that goes later, YouTubers. Good luck with your Ford project.